he's not getting a date. He hasn't got one, right? And he's waiting on one. So he's looking to make his move. He will think that Conor Benn is easy money, easy night's work, because he rates himself as a pound for pound, and so do I. I think he's unbelievable. Conor Benn is so up for the Gervonta Davis fight, I can't even begin to tell you. And we know it's a tough fight, but the one thing Conor Benn has on Gervonta, which he hasn't had with his opponents recently, or Eubank and Smith and Brook, is size.
Wait, but isn't Conor Benn 147? 54? And Gervonta's 35, 40?
Sometimes
guys, there's weight classes for a reason. Look, Gervonta Davis is the better fighter. He's the better fighter. But Conor Benn, he's good too. When you have a bigger good guy against a little good guy, the bigger guy is always gonna win.
To me, this is a waste of time. Both of them fight on two different platforms, and also you have plenty of people for Tank to fight down at 135 and 140. You have plenty of people for Conor to fight big fights for both of them. You have plenty of people for Conor to fight at 147 and 154. There's no need to make some type of weird fight, some spectacle for you to have a big fight. It doesn't make sense. And also, I'm gonna have to agree with Oscar. To me, it feels like a setup. Number one, you're going in there with a guy, if you're Tank Davis, who just, and I apologize, I don't remember his new name, so please forgive me. But you'll be going in there with a guy who just got off a steroids accusation that had him sidelined for what, the last year or so, who all of a sudden don't seem to have his punching power. Now mind you, he fought in America. Over in the UK, they have different policies on what you can and can't do in the midst of training. If I remember correctly, you can actually take certain things while you train. You just have to have it out of your system by a certain amount of time before fight night kicks in. So if the fight would be over in the UK, there's no way I would touch it. Also, as Oscar was saying, you have weight classes for a reason. You do. And if you're going to move up, you're supposed to move up properly, gradually. Not go from 135 to potentially 154, because that's what Conor Benn is fighting at right now. He's not fighting at 147. He came in, I think, at 150. I think that was the catch weight they had, but 150 is essentially 154. Super welterweight, junior middleweight. Now, even if the two were to come in at a catch weight, what would it be? 147? Because who's to say Conor Benn could make a 144 or 143 or something like that? And I would, if I'm Tank, if I was to get this done, if I was to make this fight, it would definitely be some type of weight clause far as after, the weigh-in. If you did it with Ryan at 136, you definitely would have to do that with Conor Benn, because you'll mess around this dude to come in at like 160, 165. But anyway, that's what I'm saying. It don't seem to, it don't work. I'm sorry, it just don't. As Oscar says, normally when you have a good fighter that's small versus a good fighter that's bigger, the bigger fighter normally wins. Even if he's a little bit not quite as good skill-wise as the smaller guy normally. Now, if that other guy's a great fighter or a phenomenal fighter, the big guy who's just a good fighter normally loses. And we don't quite know what Conor Benn is. We believe Tank is a great fighter. Conor Benn, he might just be right now a good fighter. Heck, off them roids, he might be an okay fighter. Who knows? But me personally, I would stay away from it. If I'm Al Heyman, I would advise Tank not to even look that way. For what? You have no reason to. Outside of y'all running y'all mouth on Twitter, nah, no thank you. Stick to the guys in your area code. And when I mean area code, I mean near your weight. 130, 135, 140. And that's pretty much all I got. This head busting boxes on Fight Doctor. Hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. Hit me up in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Could you see a Conor Benn versus Gervonta Davis fight? I don't see it. There's too many reasons for me not to do it if I'm Tank, unless you just throwing the whole bank at me. But that's my opinion. You give me yours. Hit me up in the comment section. Here, busting boxes on Fight Doctor. I am out.